the wise ant and the lazy grasshopper in the golden fields of sun, where the sun painted the earth in warm hues and wildflowers swayed in the gentle breeze, lived a hardworking ant named Arlo. Arlo was small, but mighty in determination. Every day, he marched through the fields with his friends, carrying grains, seeds, and leaves back to their underground home. Nearby, in the tall grasses, lived a carefree grasshopper named Gus. Gus loved to sing, jump, and enjoy the warm sunshine. Work, chores, or planning for the future were things he found boring. "Why do you keep working so hard?" Gus asked one morning, stretching his long legs. "Come and enjoy the sun with me." Arlo smiled politely. "I am preparing for the winter, Gus. It's important to store food while it's available. Winter is far away. We have time," Gus laughed, leaping into the air. Arlo shook his head but returned to his work, carrying grains back to the anthill. The seasons changed, days passed, and the sun shone brightly. Gus sang and played while Arlo and his friends labored tirelessly. The fields were abundant with food, and Arlo's anthill was filling with supplies. Then, one day, the skies turned gray. Clouds gathered, and a cold wind swept through the fields. Soon, the first frost of winter touched the earth. Gus shivered as he hopped through the frosty grass. The bright flowers were gone, the streams were icy, and there was no food to be found. "Arlo, Arlo, I'm hungry and cold," Gus cried, hopping desperately from one empty patch of grass to another. Arlo appeared at the entrance of the anthill, carrying seeds and stored grains. He looked at Gus kindly. "You should have prepared when there was time," Arlo said gently. "Winter is harsh, and we must always think ahead." I didn't realize," Gus admitted, shivering. "I only thought of fun." A lesson in hard work, Arlo led Gus inside the warm ant hill. The ants shared their food and showed Gus how they had prepared for this day. They taught him how to store grains, gather leaves, and plan ahead for the seasons. Gus listened carefully, realizing that fun and joy were wonderful, but responsibility was just as important. He promised himself that next summer he would work and play, balancing both. Winter passed slowly. Gus learned to help the ants gather food and repair tunnels. Though he missed some of the carefree days of summer, he felt a new pride and satisfaction in working alongside his friends. By the time spring arrived, Gus had transformed. He still sang and leaped under the sun, but he also stored seeds and helped his friends prepare for the next season. A friendship strengthened. The grasshopper and the ant became good friends, teaching each other important lessons. Gus learned the value of diligence, planning, and responsibility, while Arlo remembered the joy of laughter, music, and taking a break in the sun. Together, they showed the other creatures in the field that life was a balance of work and play, preparation and enjoyment. They laughed, sang, and worked side by side, making their home safe, warm, and full of happiness. Moral of the story: hard work and preparation are essential, but life is also meant to be enjoyed. Balancing responsibility with joy creates a life that is secure, happy, and fulfilling.